Hey everyone, I want to welcome you to our little journey through history. Today, we are diving into the world of Che Guevara, the man with the iconic beret and a grin that could spark 1,000 debates. Let's roll the clock back to 1928, when Che was born in Argentina. Picture it, a young boy who loved to explore, travel, and believe it or not, was a bit of a medical nerd. Yep, he studied medicine and even became a doctor. But here's the twist, like every great hero, he had a calling for something bigger. In the early 50s, Che took a road trip across South Africa that would make any Instagram influencer jealous. But instead of stunning selfies, he encountered poverty and injustice. Imagine driving through all of that and feeling like you just binge watched the most saddest documentary ever. His heart started to beat for the oppressed, and that's where he found his revolutionary spark. Fast forward to 1956, Che meets Fidel Castro and becomes a key player in the Cuban Revolution. He trades his stethoscope for a rifle and dives headfirst into the fight against the Batista government. I mean, that's quite a career change, right? Forget the 9 to 5. I'm going to overthrow a regime. Now here's where the opinions start to split like a banana peel. For many, Che becomes a symbol of resistance, fighting for the little guy, standing against imperialism, and all that jazz. But then, you have others, primarily Cuban exiles and critics, who remember him as the guy ordering executions. Yikes, very crazy in my opinion. Now, I'm not saying all of this for no reason. I'm saying this to break down their perspectives. Supporters of Guevara see him as a heroic freedom fighter, the cool revolutionary who stood up for the downtrodden. He's like a rock star of socialism in many words, embodying the spirit of rebellion and hope. People wear his face on t-shirts, shout his name in protest, and even make memes about it. He's even included in many modern day media, such as anime like Baki. But on the other hand, we have the people who don't support him. His non-supporters argue that while Che wanted a fairer world, his methods were, to say ruthless, he performed executions, which were a little harsh. Critics say he became what he fought against, and no amount of barracks can fix that. And let's face it, today, Che's like a band that everybody claims to love, but only a few have actually listened to their albums. People throw on his shirt, but how many have read his works or really thought about what he stood for? It's like someone wearing a band tee of a group they never heard of, you know? Now, let's look at how his legacy continues. Che's image has morphed into a worldwide symbol of rebellion and counterculture. You'll find his face plastered everywhere from college dorm rooms, even protests around the globe. It's fascinating, isn't it? His spirit is alive and kicking, but does that mean everybody sees him through the same lens? Not at all. In Latin America, many celebrate him as a champion of the poor, a man who gave everything to fight for a better world. In contrast, in the US and other places, he's often viewed with some sort of skepticism and criticism. The true testament to a revolutionary's legacy is how different cultures interpreted it, in my humble opinion. History has a funny but weird way of making certain figures seem larger than life, turning them into legends we can't help but to admire. Che is like that one mysterious friend who just tells stories and everyone's drawn to him, but no one really knew how he became such a big deal. We often forget that. Just like a friend who's always dreaming of crazy plans, some of which are hilariously bad. Che has a bit of a dark side too. So while we're all busy cheering for their adventures, it's worth remembering that even our heroes have their quirks and questionable choices. Just like that friend who once suggested we all go skydiving without a parachute. Che Guevara stands as a deeply polarizing figure in the contemporary history. Often viewed through different lenses that highlight the complexities and contradictions of his legacy. To some, he embodies the spirit of a revolutionary hero, a valiant freedom fighter who has devoted his life to the cause of the oppressed and sought to inspire global movements for social change. On the contrary, others perceive him as a misguided advocate whose methods and beliefs resulted in a significance in suffering and authoritarian measures that stifled in dissent. This duality makes Guevara a captivating yet controversial icon, representing not only the ideals of justice and liberty, but also the darker aspects of revolutionary passion. Ultimately, he remains an enigma, a figure whose life and actions provoke ongoing debates about the true meaning of sacrifice in the pursuit of a better world, leaving us to wrestle with our interpretations of his contributions and the legacies he has left behind. Before this journey comes to a close, let us delve deeper into the enduring legacy of Che Guevara and examine how it continues to resonate in contemporary society. While many celebrate him as a symbol of resistance against oppression and a champion of the underprivileged, others view him through a far more critical lens, highlighting the more complexities and controversies surrounding his methods and ideologies. This is the end of our journey, and I just want to say thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a very, very, very awesome day.